Good day, my people. My name is Adeomi, and we're going to be learning web programming. We're going to continue from where we stopped in our first series. This is going to be a 3-part series. We are through with part 1, and this is part 2. Now, as you can see on my screen, this is what we have done so far. To make inquiries or ask questions or get in touch with me, you can visit my channel on YouTube here, or visit my site here. Now, this is what we have done so far, and let's go to the browser and see the result. This is it. This is the result of these codes we have written. So we'll progress from here. Now, the first thing we're going to do is to proceed, and in order to proceed, we need to make this our web application look more interesting. And we'll go to our Bootstrap site, which is getbootstrap.com. Then we'll choose components. When we click on the components, this is where it brings us to. So we're going to choose a jump button. That's what it's called, and it looks like this. This is an example of what it will look like. So we'll go over here as usual with Bootstrap. Ctrl+C, you copy it, you go to your code and place it in the right location. This is the navigation. This is the header. This is where we want it to be. So we place it here. When we come here and paste and go back to our page and refresh, we will see the changes we are looking for. So we'll come back here to our page and refresh, and voila, our jump button is there. But there are a couple of errors which we will need to correct. Like, this is supposed to look exactly like this, and we have some text missing. So we are going to write whatever it is we want to appear in here. There are also a couple of other things we might need to do to make it look more pretty than what we have here. So we'll come back to our code and write anything we want. Application prettier. Now, having written this, we could refresh, go to our site. Let's just lose this. We refresh, go to our site, and you can see what we wrote there is what is being displayed here. This is not perfect. There are so many other things we can do, like putting rounded corners, like putting it in a well. Okay, let's put it in a well so you understand what I'm talking about. And to put it in a well, all you need to do is click on this well button and it opens. So you can copy this, or let's use this instead, and come here in our script, and come here, paste it, come here, clean it off, come here, cut it, come here, come down, place it in here. I hope you understand what I'm doing. If you don't, you can easily ask questions on my on my page, and should be sure I'll answer you. So if we come here now and refresh, we'll notice some differences, and as you can see, our jump button is now in a well, which makes it look a little bit more interesting. But I am not going to stop here. This is not the only way you can make your application look more interesting. There are a couple of other things you could do. For example, you can use something like a carousel. A carousel is a sliding image. That is what it's called in programming. When you talk about carousel, you're talking about an image that slides. So this is an example. When you click on this button, it changes. You can put as many pictures as you want to slide. Most modern sites have this effect. So in order to achieve that, you just come down here, we copy the entire code, we'll come to our script. Now when we get to our script, there's something you need to understand. When you're using a carousel can't be used with a jump button. You have to use one. You choose which one you want to use between a carousel, which is this, yeah, or a jump button, which is this. So let's change it and see which looks better. So come here, clean off the code for the jump button here and replace it with our carousel, which you have just done. It's quite large, so you need to know what you're doing in order not to get confused. Yes. This is not exactly the carousel I want, so I'll go back and pick the carousel I want, which is this. And to achieve that, all I need to do is copy this lines of code, come back to my programming, then I replace it here. Let me just hold on. Okay, all I just need to do is to copy this. Then place it here and here. Here. Sorry. Here. Here. And here. I'm very sorry, I made an error, and let's correct it. If we go back here and see where the carousel is supposed to be, is within the caption. So we'll come back to our script and place it within the caption here, so it appeared there. And here. Now what this does is that anything we want to be the caption will be displayed. So we can easily come here and write a caption of my first slide picture. After we've done that, we could copy, since I'm very lazy to type, and I'll just copy and paste here and call this my second slide picture. Then you can just let me just write paragraph here. It could be whatever you want, but I just want to show you how it will look depending on what you need to do with it. Paragraph 2. So when we save now and go back to our site to view, all you notice is this jump button is going away and the carousel is coming. We have not selected any picture, so it might look weird at first, but once the picture is there, it will make some sense. And as you can see, it does not make a lot of sense right now, so we are going to get a picture there. Secondly, I made an error, and I'm going to show you the error I made, which is I did not specify JavaScript. Carousel is a JavaScript plugin. It works with JavaScript. Here we did not call JavaScript, we called CSS. So in order to call JavaScript, we need to come down at the bottom of our page just before the close of the body tag and call scripts type is equal to text / JavaScript. Source is equal to bootstrap / jQuery. For Bootstrap to work, you need jQuery. That's one. Secondly, you need the Bootstrap JavaScript file, which is bootstrap.js. So once we do this now, we can access the JavaScript property in the Bootstrap. Now let's attach it. Let me attach a picture. So I'll make you understand the beauty of the carousel. And in order to do that, I need to pick up a picture from my system. So just let me pause it and okay, I'm back. I had some errors, but they are rectified. We're trying to display the sliding image to spice up your site while developing a web application using PHP and Bootstrap. Now the slides are not working, and the reason is because I made a typographical error when calling my Bootstrap and my jQuery. They are both very important and they're necessary. And here it is. I did not spell my script type properly. When programming, either web or single user programming, you need to type properly so you don't have errors. Scripts. One dot can cost you several hours of debugging. So now it's properly typed, and when we save here, go to our site to check the changes. We are going to see the changes that have been done. So while the page loads, after a few seconds it slides, then after a few seconds again it slides. It can slide as many pictures as you want. If you take notes, these captions I wrote here are coming from here. Picture paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, paragraph 4, my fourth slide, my third slide, my second slide, my first slide. So this is how to use Carousel. The next thing we're going to do is this. We are going to place items on our home page, items that can be loaded by an admin from the back end. For example, a shopping cart, a website where people come to buy items. Now, to get this functionality up and running on our site, we need something called hold on. We need something called thumbnails. Thumbnails are very efficient when you need to place items on your application. So to do that, we could just simply come here and copy and go and paste, as is done with Bootstrap. However, you need to place it in the correct location, and as you can see, our script is getting large, is ballooning, so you need to be keen while placing codes in, or else you mix things up. Now, in order to make sure you don't have errors, you need to look carefully and count. Start from the header. This is the header, this is where it opens and this is where it closes. This is the navigation, the opening and the closing. Now this is the well. The well symbolizes this carousel here, this place. This is the well. As you can see, it has a feeling of being deep. So when we trace this line down, that is where the closing of our well is, and that is where our thumbnails will begin from. So you can come here and paste our first thumbnail. Then let's go and refresh and see how our thumbnail looks. Or we can put let's put 3. So second one, and the third one. Now we need to reduce the size. The reason why we need to reduce the size is because we are using span 8 and we want 3 thumbnails. So what we can do is span, we can use span 2, span 2, that's MD, medium. We can come here and do the same, span 2, medium. Since I'm so lazy I can't type, I'll just copy and paste. Please pardon me for doing that. Span 2, the third one. Now let's go to our site and see the difference which we have. If we scroll down now, as we can see, they are stacking on top of each other, which is not what we want. Where we got it wrong, and as I am taking a look now, I understand where our error is coming from, which is from here. We shouldn't write in new rows at the beginning. There should be just one row, opening and closing. So if we refresh now, it should look slightly different. Yes, and as you can see, it is different. So we can go ahead and increase it, because 2 is small. We can make it 4. Let's make it 4, 4, 4, and let's go ahead and refresh and see the differences it makes. Now this is perfect. This is what we need. So this can work like items on our sites, which could be used for shopping. We could add more just to make it look more interesting, and what we could just do is to just come here, copy this row from there up until here, then paste it. Paste it here. The phone is ringing. My girlfriend is pinging me. Okay. We can refresh now and see the difference we will have on our site. And as you can see, we have a replica of this. So you can use this to develop your application, and you can develop an application for selling items online, where you can list your items here and a user can click on them to add it to their cart, or click this other button to view it. We're going to do one more thing. We now need to okay, I think we're going to stop here for now. In the last part of this series, we are going to design the admin page quickly and write the PHP to upload to this site. So instead of doing it in a static manner, the static I'm talking about is we are predefining it here. That is what it means to be static. We are going to make it dynamic in such a way that we just write one line of PHP and it automatically calls the script from our database and load it based on the number of items that are available in the database. So we'll talk more on this in the next and the final part of this series. Thank you very much for your time, and if you have any questions, visit my YouTube channel and ask the questions.